Now you tell me, is this the type of future you want for your kids? Let's get it. I've told y'all before, I've done videos about this before. Pay attention. This is going on right now in China. It has been going on for a while. They have a social point system. It's just like credit. It's like when you do something bad, they take points from you or they take credit from you, and to the point where if you lose enough points or credits, you can't even buy real estate, you can't travel. It's a lot of stuff you can't do. And there's a lot of people that's going for this because they feel like, oh, this is a good thing to do. Like, you don't understand, these people are going to be able to control you on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. If you think I'm just joking, you think I'm just talking, check this video out. Please share this video. This ain't no game. This is not no joke. We here. Share this video. Pay close attention. Close attention.
This chilling image is just a glimpse into the human rights abuses happening in China right now. That picture is from a recent Human Rights Watch report claiming that over 1 million ethnic Uyghurs are being held in what's being called a massive internment camp shrouded in secrecy. The Uyghurs, they're a Muslim minority in China living in the northern province of Xinjiang. The camps, which you can see being built here via these satellite shots, are reportedly re-education centers, although Chinese officials insist they are vocational education and employment training centers. But the camps are just the beginning. Chinese authorities are using an unprecedented system of digital surveillance to monitor every aspect of the lives of the almost 10 million Chinese Uyghurs. This includes a network of 20 million cameras, apps that can scan every smartphone searching for religious material. So basically, it's a digital big brother to monitor every aspect of the Uyghurs' lives. And it's not just the Uyghurs. China is using technology to monitor all of its people, harnessing the state's surveillance arsenal in a new program called social credit.
China is home to 1.3 billion people, and their president, Xi Jinping, says the country's new social credit system keeps his people safe and makes their lives easier. Xi has ordered cameras plastered across China, leaving no dark corners, and plans to monitor every move by every citizen. He's introduced a nationwide program which scores everyone based on their purchases, lifestyle choices, and habits. It's like adding your Facebook data to your credit score, only with far more serious consequences. Check out this report on how it works by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation.
那一个人如果信用不好，我们实现的一个目标就是让守信者通行天下，让失信者寸步难行。
The system uses facial recognition software to constantly scan and record China's 200 million closed-circuit cameras, all connected on a single grid. Then it pairs this information to your online habits, from what you buy to the sites you visit, even what you say on social media. All of this information is then wrapped together into your new social credit score. Do something the Communist Party approves of, like buying Chinese products or commit a heroic act, and your score goes up. But do something the party frowns upon, like jaywalking, not paying your mortgage on time, or being politically outspoken, and your score will drop.
Leo Hu recently tried to book a flight. He was told he was banned from flying because he's on the list of untrustworthy people. Leo is a journalist who was ordered by a court to apologize for a series of tweets he wrote and was then told his apology was insincere.
Overnight, Leo went from investigative journalist to digital dissident. He can't book flights or trains. He's banned from social media, and his friends and family have lost social credit points too. Leo has become a digital prisoner in what some people are calling the world's first digital dictatorship.
Joining me once again, Foreign Affairs critic Erin O'Toole and former Prime Minister Kim Campbell. So, Ms. Campbell, you know this, for decades now, Canada has been trying to encourage more trade with China, hoping that will lead to an improvement in its human rights record. Is that wrong, do you think?
Well, I think we may be naive in not understanding the very different way that the Chinese regime looks at China and Chinese society. And this, of course, has resonance of the Cultural Revolution. But I find it very frightening, the fact that technology has now made the dystopian novels of the 20th century seem almost quaint because the level of surveillance is so great and very inconsistent with our own views in our own society about the right of individuals to live their lives privately. Privacy is an incredibly important value.
And Mr. O'Toole, we're learning that the Chinese government is selling some of this technology to other countries, almost like they're exporting dystopia. Is this a concern?
Absolutely. Some of the new monitoring and surveillance is straight out of Orwell's 1984 and should concern everyone. And the real challenge, in relating back to the trade piece, rather than liberalizing in recent years, there's been a retrenchment of control. We now have a president who will serve for life. The 19th People's Congress actually strengthened the role of the Communist Party in these state-owned enterprises, including some that were buying up companies, bidding on telecommunications firms. There's been real concern amongst the Five Eyes security partners, the United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand, that some of the smaller partners, including Canada, might be a bit of a crack into the security establishment. We have to be very, very careful with state-owned Chinese enterprises.
Are things so bad that Canada should not be seeking a deal with China?
There could be trade agreements that are limited in scope. China is still a big market for commodities, but what we have found disappointing since their entry into the WTO is that China has not become what we hoped it would be, a market for goods produced in other parts of the world. That it's because it doesn't have a social safety net, people there save and they park their capital in our real estate markets, for example, and distort them. But there are structural things about China that make it a very disappointing trade partner if we think that their market is going to help to provide stimulation for our own industries.
So, Mr. O'Toole, since the world is now learning about the Uyghurs, other countries, Germany in particular, has changed its policies to make sure that Uyghurs are not deported because of fears of what could happen. There's no special policy for not deporting them here in Canada. Should there be? I mean, the government's expressed concern about what's happening in these camps, but is it doing enough?
Look, an asylum claim for someone that could be in Canada claiming asylum from a return to re-education camps, that should really frighten people to see where the state is actually changing people's beliefs, taking language and faith out of and monitoring that. That would be the type of persecution that we would shield someone from. So I think we have to basically push to make sure that these type of measures are condemned, and if there's a role for Canada to play, we can play one.
So to be clear, you're calling on the government to stop deporting Uyghurs, period?
These are the types of claims, Wendy, where there should be an asylum assessment, and if their return is threatened to return to one of these camps, that type of protection from persecution is what our system's for.
So much to think about on so many fronts. Two of our biggest trading partners, China and, of course, the United States. Big issues here.